así de tonificado.
Para ver mi cara fea.
Vamos a ver qué cara ponemos. Vamos a ver.
Con el tónico. Y con todo el mundo mirando, ¿no? No, normalmente sus elixires son excelentes.
Y está guardando el paso rápido. Gracias por decirlo.
¿Cambiaron las pilas? ¡Wow! ¡Qué eficiencia! De veras, eso se podría llamar atípico. No para él, pero atípico para general. It was very funny. I don't know. Yo no sé cómo esta mañana justamente, sí, yo sabía, porque yo estaba en otro templo en el Mangrati, y ahí habían 2 mujeres italianas. Entonces dice, esas mujeres italianas son espectaculares. Ahora tenemos un templo en Genua. Genua. Un chiquito templo. Pero tengo muchos amigos en Italia. Italia. ¿Y ustedes son devotos de Krishna? ¿O recién conociendo todo esto? ¿Sí? ¿Son pareja? ¿De dónde? ¿Turino? Polonia, es norte también. Todavía. Polonia. La primera universidad donde comenzó la mafia universitaria. Es verdad. La mafia universitaria controla hasta hoy un gran porcentaje de la academia mundial. Es increíble. Es increíble cómo son las mafias. Era el catolicismo prácticamente. Jai, Haribol. Increíble. Sí, en Bolonia hay templo de Krishna también. Sí. El presidente del templo es un americano que se casó con una mujer italiana. Se llama Vaikunta la mujer. Y el Treidas se llama él. Son devotos 40 años dedicados a Bolonia. Muy especial. Si los conoces, si los llega a conocer, salúdelos. Dígale que lo están recordando allá en la India. Seres humanos, totalmente fuera de la regla. Fuera de la regla. Esta mañana estuvimos meditando con Vrindavan cómo las religiones, las espiritualidades son coloridos provincialmente. Cada provincia, cada área desarrolle un otro espíritu, una otra tradición. Y eso queda muy marcado. Y uno casi no sale de ahí. Ejemplo, un devoto colombiano es un devoto colombiano. Y un devoto venezolano es un otro venezolano. Son otro espíritu. Aunque ambos son devotos, ¿no? Pero hay algo marcado. Eso es algo simple porque Hare Krishna, Dandavats, how are you? Very nice. Yeah, you sit here. Yeah, you sit here. One of the people who's coming with your people, when they come with the Brahmins, one of them, he looks very much like you. You know who's that? No? No. They really look, so much he looks like you that when I saw him, I thought it was you. But then I was sitting and I was looking at him again. No, it's not him. Huh? But it really looks very much like your brother or something. You don't know who is that? He came a few times with your people. Same. He's not the Brahmin. He's like the organizer. You find out. Haribol. So yes, we're just getting acquainted with each other. The Bhagavatam brings us together. So then we will leave it up to you. You choose the verse which we are going to read today. Let's see what message you have for us and for yourself. 16,000 verses in this book. So full of loaded messages. But each one has like for the heart of the present people. Mahatma Gandhi said, whenever I have trouble, I open the Gita in any page and I find the answer to my problem on that page. Can you believe that? I do that similarly every time there's just a very unique form. Let's see what you give us today. Which shloka? This one. Whatever I like. No, it's not what I like. Wow, that's a far out one. Very far out. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadhyasya yatuvana yatitaratascha suavigya svadat. Tene brahmari adikavaye muyanti yatsudaya. Tejo vadimidang yatayi. Vinimayo yatrati sargumirsha. Tam nasvena sadanirastakukam satyam param dimahi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Activities of Kapila. That's from the 3rd canto, the text number 27. It's a very interesting part because Kapila Dev is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord and his mother Devahuti. She's the greatest mystic. She's such a mystic. Some people say, can women also become spiritual masters? this being discussed amongst some devotee platforms. Looks like they didn't read the Srimad Bhagavatam because Devahuti and Kunti, and there's so many great spiritual master ladies have touched the heart of the world. So here we go. Nityaruda samatitvat paravrita guna brahma nasasmara todatmanam swapne drishtam ivotita. Situated in eternal trance and freed from illusion impelled by the modes of material nature, she forgot her material body just as one forgets his different bodies in a dream. Srila Prabhupada explains. A great Vaishnava said that he who has no remembrance of his body is not bound to material existence. As long as we are conscious of our bodily existence, it is to be understood that we are living conditionally under the three modes of material nature. When one forgets his bodily existence, his conditional material life is over. This forgetfulness is actually possible when we engage our senses in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. I'll tell you a funny story after. In the conditional state, one engages his senses as a member of a family or as a member of society or country. But when one forgets all such membership in material circumstances and realizes that he is an But when one forgets all such memberships in material circumstances and realizes that he is an eternal servant of the Supreme Lord, that is actual forgetfulness of material existence. This forgetfulness actually occurs when one renders service under the Lord. A devotee no longer works with the body for sense gratification, with family, society, country, humanity, and so on. He simply works for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. That is perfect Krishna consciousness. A devotee always merges in transcendental happiness, and therefore he has no experience of material distress. The transcendental happiness is called eternal bliss. According to the opinion of devotees, constant remembrance of the Supreme Lord is called samadhi or trance. If one is constantly in trance, there's no possibility for his being attacked or even touched by the modes of material nature. As soon as one is freed from the contamination of the three modes of material nature, he no longer has to take birth in transmigrating from one form to another in the material world. you for this shloka. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Jene Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Is this a promise? Or is this a reality? Reality. It sounds simple, but to give up the identification with this body is not at all simple. We can see that the people are going mad about their bodies. They have male bodies and they want to become female. They have female bodies, they want to become male. They're so identified. They're black, they want to become white. They're white, they want to become black. They always want to change. Change what? Change bodies. What is the deal? It's like you're from Pune, no? You're from Pune. But you cannot become from Chennai. You can whatever you want to do. You'll never be from Chennai because born in Pune. But you can live in Chennai, no problem. Huh? You can create all kinds of illusions, but you cannot get that different identity. So this change business means, yes, we are unsatisfied with what we have and who we are currently covered by. We are like covered by this body. It's like a kind of a jail condition. It's good to call it jail because Durga Devi means jail. So the material world is a jail. We are confined into this body as in a jail cell. And in a jail cell, maybe you have one blue jail cell. Maybe you have a jail cell where the bars made of gold, but you're still in the jail cell. Or you may have a jail cell with a few other people inside, or solitary confinement. But whatever you do, you're still in jail. So the material body is a kind of a jail. And in that, we have to release our physical consciousness and make it Krishna conscious. Now, how do you do that? What is the formula for that? Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uchate. We have to act with love for God that makes a connection between our spirit, our soul, and the real world, the divine world. And there are tests for that. Tests, and you have to see whether you can pass those tests. Like the first part of the test is, you are not this body. The next test is, you are servant of God. You're not supposed to serve neither your body, nor your family, nor your society, nor humanity. No. You have to serve the supreme original cause of your existence. You have to become God consciousness, not society conscious, not locality conscious, not sex consciousness or gender conscious, not educational level consciousness, not birth consciousness like we call high birth, low birth, or we call it first world, second world, third world. We always hear these slogans. They are being shouted into all directions. No? Oh, you're from a third world country. Oh, sorry, I'm from a third world country. Huh? Oh, you're from a low class birth. Your father was a sweeper. Oh, yes, my father's a sweeper. So we get pushed into that positions. Narada Muni, he was the son of a maidservant. And his father is not mentioned. So that means that maidservant, she happened to be the maidservant of some sadhus. So the little Narada Muni was listening to all the sadhus. And he became the famous Narada Muni. But there's no mention of his father. Means his mother was like, who knows? There was another story also in the Vedas, similar. There is this one person, he is approaching the guru. Radhe, Radhe. So he's approaching the guru, and the guru says, what gotra you belong to? And he says, gotra means like the family tradition. And he says, I don't know. So he said, go and ask your mother what gotra you belong to. The mother says, sorry, my son, I had many relationships with many men, and I don't know who's your father. So then he goes back to the guru and says, mother doesn't know. She doesn't know who's my father. Then the guru says, oh, that means he must be a Brahmin, because you are speaking the truth. Nobody would like to say, oh, my father is not known. This is like, like not such a high prestige, let's say, no? So here, being jailed into physical existence. This is, and it's very strong, very, very strong. And you go to the Bengalis and they think they are Bengalis, but they're not Bengalis. And the South Indians, the Tamil, they're not Tamil. Tamil tigers, no, you're not. You're spirit souls. And what to speak about the Germans? Oh God, I was born in Germany. Huh? We, the Germans, the Italians, we were completely nuts. Huh? So we thought, we are the nation of the nations, the top. So then the Germans, it's an interesting story. The Germans, they somehow or other came about the swastika. They were belonging to some sect, some esoteric sect, which had taken the swastika as the logo. They got it from India, oh, they liked it. It looks good, it's swastika. So they made it as a logo. And one of Hitler's main man, Himmler, he was member of this esoteric group. So he showed Hitler this swastika, says, we can take this as the logo of the Nazis. Of course, for them it was not Nazi, they called National Socialists. That was the translation of Nazi. So Hitler said, oh, looks good. So they put the swastika. Now the people in India, they thought the Germans have the swastika as the logo. Now they are really thinking like Indians, they're liking us, no? But it had nothing to do with it. The Germans had no idea what was the swastika. They just thought it's the logo of the Nazis. And then one thing more. The Germans, they thought that they're Aryan. They were looking like for the Gotra. What is a high Gotra? How can we Germanic races say we are the greatest? Because we always had trouble with the Romans, you know. The Romans, they had the Roman Empire, and for them, the Germans, the Germanic people, they were like the stupid people with big muscles, uh, the Germanic tribes, the brutes, the people who carry big stones. So the Germans, they were saying, but we are special. So they heard, somehow it came to their mind, the Aryan. They said, yes, we are the original Aryans. So then in India, they heard, the Germans want to become Aryan. Well, what is an Aryan? Nobody in India knows what's an Aryan. It's a very interesting term. There is a state right next, a few kilometers from here. It's called Haryana. It's the state of the Aryans. Why? What does it mean? Aryan has inside a word called Hari. It's the name of Krishna. So the Aryans are those who love Krishna. They follow Krishna, they love Krishna. They are the Aryans. And the people in this area, Gujarat, Bihar, UP, everybody loves Krishna because Krishna is the Lord of this region. He appeared here. So for them, Aryans. So the Germans thought, we are all Aryans, we are all Aryans. So then the Indians, my Parama Gurudev, he appeared. That personality on top. He heard about that. The Germans want to be Aryans, and they have a swastika. And then they also heard Hitler was a vegetarian. So they thought, oh, they must be good people. They must be good. So they sent one of the top preachers of that time. His name was Bhakti Hriday Bon Maharaj. He was a top preacher, disciple of him, and a godbrother of Srila Prabhupada. So he was sent to Germany. And he went straight to the Reichskanzler. He went right up to the big shots, to Goebbels, the propaganda minister. He says, hi, I'm from India, and I heard that you want to become all Aryans here. And then the guy said, okay, Aryans? Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm coming from the Aryan tradition of India, and I see you have the swastika. That's very auspicious. And so the Germans were looking at it, what does this guy want, Actually, Subhash Chandra Bose, he later became a friend with the Germans, and they helped the Germans because in India, everybody liked the Germans because they're fighting with the British. So if the British, they were the colonializers of India. So anybody who's against the British, he's my friend. No? So the Germans, the Indians like, oh yes, Hitler, good guy, beating the British. But that's all. So when then Bon Maharaj, he spoke to Goebbels. And he says, so you are ready to receive Sanatan Dharma culture? Sanatan Dharma culture is the culture of the Aryans. Then the German guy said, yes, that's true. Welcome. Like international diplomatic relationship. They're all. So they said, okay, you can preach in all the universities in Germany, but you have to learn German. So Bon Maharaj learned German. He learned German. He was so determined because his guru sent him. And he started giving lecture. I have the book, Bon Maharaj's Lectures in Germany. I have it there in Yamuna Kunda. Did you see it? This is all reality. What I'm telling you is not. But as Bon Maharaj was preaching that we are not this body, then the German ideas of Aryan was quite different. They thought Aryan means blonde hair, blue eyes, big body, stout guy. That's an Aryan in the German. And they were so mad, the Germans, that they took the strong boys, blonde and blue, they put them aside, and they started breeding, human breeding of the real Aryans. So when Bon Maharaj started preaching that, he told them what's the real. We are not this body. where the Aryan is a consciousness, a connection with God. Then the Nazis understood, they're following a different idea. That's not our idea. So then Bon March had to run away from Germany. He had to give up everything. He had already established a temple in Berlin, but the Nazis, they were not ready to change their nonsense ideas. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Prabhu, you came here, tu viniste. Hare Krishna, bienvenido, Prabhu. Venga con nosotros aquí. ¿Habla inglés? No. Sit there with translation, Prabhu. He's a famous architect from South America. Cujines, no? So, Haribol. So, interesting stories, no? Nobody knows this. This is totally. Yes, that is the same Bon Maharaj. Very powerful man. He made a big college. He made a temple in Nandagaon. He made the Bhajan Kutir. So this Bon Maharaj, so he had to run away. And shortly after, if the Germans would have listened to Bon Maharaj, there would have no been Second World War. He was sent there by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati to tell them the truth. That you want to be Aryan? Very good. Then chant Hare Krishna. That's what the Aryans do. They chant the name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, but they didn't. Of course, they chanted with Bon Maharaj, but they didn't want to change. They were crazy people. It's so criminal mentality. This is identifying with this body is criminal. So then you say these are the gypsies. So gypsies, what is a gypsy? Actually, the gypsies coming from Rajasthan. They're Rajasthani nomadic people who, over the years, thousands of years, spread all over Europe and other people. They're very nice people. They're very spiritual. There's nothing wrong with them except that they're migrants. And as being migrants, they're rejected by the localities. I mean, if 1,000 Germans will come here and settle here in Braj, then the Bridge Basi would say, who are those crazy guys? Why they have come to Braj? What they're doing here? And they're speaking a different language and all this. So the gypsies like this, they were kind of marginal people. But the Germans decide, yeah, we don't want gypsies. So they started killing the gypsies. The Roma people, they started killing them. And the Jewish people kill them. Whoever is not fitting in our portfolio. So this portfolio of your body, that is completely Maya. This is the topmost Maya, ego, ahankara. You think you are Brahmin, ahankara. You think you are Tamil, ahankara. You think you are Buddhist. You may believe in Buddha, but you're not Buddhist. You are a spirit soul. We are all spirit soul. God is one, creator of all. You say, my God is better than your God. You must be a little bit crazy in the head, because if you say God, then he's the father of all. God cannot be the God of the Italians. Sorry, not possible. So those who are speaking about Bhagavan, those who are devotees, devotee comes from the word deva. It's Indian, Sanskrit, deva, dedicated to God. That's a devotee. And How does a devotee relate? He relates with devotion. He behaves lovingly. Devotion means loving. So you cannot be a devotee if you're not loving with everybody. Yes, that is the meaning of Aryan. He loves God, he has devotion, he is dedicated to the Devata, to the Supreme Bhagavan. So, in this way, a devotee, uh, he may have different ishtas, different deities, but beyond that is always the original. That is called Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. You need the avatari. Many avatars are there, but there's an avatari. Nobody in India will tell you that Kurma Deva created the world, or Matsya Deva. Matsya saved the Vedas. Kurma, he allowed the Dhanvantari to bring the jar of nectar of Ayurveda, Lakshmi. That came from Kurma. Parsharama, he knocked out all the demon Kshatriyas. Narasinghadev, he got rid of Hiranyakashipu. Varaha, he got rid of Hiranyaksha. That's what they did. Nobody says that they are the supreme creator, but they are avatars. The 10 avatars, Shakti Avesh avatars, so many avatars. Prabhupada said there's as many avatars as there's waves on the ocean. Oh, oh. But for God's sake and for our bad memory, we have been supplied with the name of just a few to meditate upon them and to worship them. But we should not forget Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the original. I tell you a funny story, you will like that, especially for him. One guy came from Europe, he said, I can't work it out. In India, everybody's worshipping Hanuman, Shiva, Durga, Krishna, Rama, this and that, everywhere. I want to know who's the supreme. So he asked everybody, who's the supreme? I don't know. Maybe Shiva, maybe this, maybe that. Nobody could tell me. Then he was saying, I'm tired of it. I'm going to find out who's the supreme. So he went into the shop of a deity wala. Deity, a person who makes all deities, no? Like in Jaipur, you have murti walas. Here in Braj, you have the brass murti walas. In China, you have the plastic murti walas. We have different murti walas. So he went into the shop, stayed for a while, then he came out and says, I know who is the supreme. Everybody looked at him. What? You found out who is the supreme just by going into a murtiwala shop? Yes. He said, what's the evidence? Well, very simple. All the gods are working. One is doing this, one is killing demons, one is that. There's only one who is playing. He's playing the flute. It's called Krishna. He is only in joy, spiritual joy. He said, for me, Krishna is the supreme. And that's what the Bhagavatam said. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the supreme personality of God. But somebody's scolding Krishna. You know that? Who's scolding Krishna? Huh? Yashoda, yes, she's also scolding him sometimes. Who else? Yes. There is one shloka in the Bhagavatam. It says, Krishna says, I don't like to hear the reciting of the Vedas from the mouths of the Brahmins. I don't like to hear it. You know, we are very proud in India. No? Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha. They're chanting the mantras. No? Krishna says, I don't like to hear it. Then they say, what? You don't like to hear when they chant it? No. Now, what you like to hear? I like when the gopis scold me. When they say, you, that says Krishna, you. That Krishna said, that I like. That is my favorite Harikatha. So these are in the scriptures, no? So Krishna is the Supreme Lord, the Supreme, and simultaneously one and different. If you say Rama is not Krishna, it's not true. Rama is also Krishna. But it is a special Leela avatar. Therefore, you call them the special appearances of the Lord. Actually, there's 3 types of the Maryada Purushottama, then there's a Leela Purushottama, and there's a Prema Purushottama. Maryada Purushottama is not Rama. He gives the example of the perfect king. Then Leela Purushottama is Krishna. He dances with all the gopis and he invites you. You want to become a gopi? You want to come to my world and become a gopi? Come over here. So what a Leela. There never ever been heard before that God invites us to dance with him. And then is Prema Purushottama. Who's Prema Purushottama? Gaurahari. Radha and Krishna become one and start spreading bhakti around the world. Prema Purushottama, generosity. The Brahmins, they can think of that. The old Brahmins say, what, you're Kshatriya? I was in South India. I was in the Madhva Sampradaya, and the Pejwa Swami told me, I cannot initiate a Vaishya. He has given lots of donation, very good devotee, very good. But the other Matadishas, they tell me, you cannot initiate because our tradition is initiation only for Brahmins. You have heard that, no? So then everybody's out of hope? No. Prema Purushottam has come, has appeared, has broken all these Brahminical restrictions. He said, you all shut up. Everybody chant Hare Krishna, and we are dancing Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And that is happening in Vrindavan. You see the people coming from Russia dancing, China dancing, Germany dancing, Italy dancing, everybody. And the people here, they look, wow, it's nice. Everybody comes to worship my little Krishna. So it's not migrant, it's they're servants. They're the servants of Krishna who come here to fill their heart with love and to then go to their countries and to spread that love everywhere there. So that's only possible by supreme power. And what is that supreme power? Prema Purushottam. And now is coming the months of Purushottam. Very soon we are entering in that month here. Anyhow, I got a little bit sidetracked because what is actually the subject here is that Devahuti, the great devotee, the mother of Kapila Dev, she was completely in trance. She was absolutely dedicated to the beloved Lord of her heart, even though she was also looking after her son, who was an incarnation. Kapila Dev is an incarnation. But here it says, here it says that as long as you identify with this body, there's no way that you can become free and enter into trance. Samadhi is not possible. Samadhi, there's 2 types of samadhi. Nirvikalpa samadhi is savikalpa samadhi. Nirvikalpa samadhi is what the impersonalists aspire. They want to just get absorbed in the divine energy and not have any other participation. But savikalpa samadhi is service. is devotional service, is where you get so identified with Krishna that you do everything for him. Only when you do things for Krishna, then your consciousness can become prepared for spiritual absorption, for spiritual connectedness. And that is called samadhi, undivided connectedness. That is samadhi. There's not wiggling here and there, no. It's connected in purpose. And how is it possible? It's explained here that when one forgets all such membership in material circumstances and realizes that he is an eternal servant of the Supreme Lord, that is actual forgetfulness of material existence. What's the judgment? When you're in material consciousness, you put all your money into your bank. When you're in spiritual consciousness, you put all your money into devotional service. Oh my God. That's tough. Huh? That's about bank accounts. Hmm? Oh, here's another bank account. Like people who are business people, they have bank accounts. But brahmacharis, they have no bank account. So how do they do? Instead of spending their time only for their physical pleasures, they're spending their time for pleasing the spiritual master and Krishna. This is like they say, time is money. So if you give your time to Krishna, it's just like giving your money to Krishna. So the brahmacharis giving all the time to the spiritual master, and therefore they become spiritualized. They actually give up the idea of owning your own house. Of course, brahmachari, when you're grihastha, it's a different story. Our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, he said, if you're grihastha, you have to make your house a temple, number one, your heart a temple, at first the heart, then the house, and then you still support whatever your guru is doing. So in this way, it's very, very, very wonderful, very important. So Prabhupada told us, go to Vrindavan, clean Vrindavan, fix the broken temples, and worship Krishna. That's why we are here. Otherwise, we have no business here. Of course, chanting Hare Krishna, but we can also chant anywhere. We don't need to be in Vrindavan to chant Hare Krishna. We don't need to be in Vrindavan to read the Bhagavatam or the Bhagavad Gita. We don't need to be in Vrindavan to eat prasadam, because we can offer our food to Krishna anywhere. So why to be here? To do service. To do service to the Vaishnavas, to do service like Madhava Krishna. He is Chief Secretary now of Bhakti Vichar Vishnu Maharaj for Vaishnava communication. His communication is to connect all the Vaishnavas who are open-minded. Because you've got to be open-minded. You have to leave the prison of I, me, and mine. And you have to come to the world of service, Vrindavan. Like my theory, when you go to the mountain and there's a waterfall coming down, and the river is like, you see everything sparkling. Where the sun shines, this looks so good, this water with this sun and this sparkling and everything. This is the way Vrindavan has to look. Sparkling clean, beautiful, full of flowers and fruits and like that. Of course, some monkeys are there. Krishna also played with the monkeys, no? But Vrindavan is something you cannot have. There's a sparkling waterfall and there's this bottle of mazza and bottle of Coca-Cola, this one and that one, and everything is garbage, and people make gutka and throw it right there. That's not Vrindavan. That's not what people expect. That's not what Radharani pleases. She don't want to see that. This is Dham Aparat, actually. There's Nam Aparat, Dham Aparat, Seva Aparat. Like the place where you made the building in front of Radha Raman, right? That place used to be always dirty. Always dirty. Now you made this beautiful place there. Now it is becoming sanctuary. So like this, Prabhupada told us, make Vrindavan sparkling clean, fix old buildings if they're falling apart, if they're temples, especially, and worship the Lord by hearing the saints, by studying the Bhagavatam. And then you take Vrindavan to anywhere else and do the same there. You see, we are giving great respect to Vivekananda, famous man in India and outside. What did he do? With all respect, he went and he gave a great class in Chicago. What was the greatness about his class? Actually, he was preaching Advaitavad. He was not preaching Bhakti. What did he say? He said, you are all fools. Muslims, Christians, Jews. Why are you all fools? You all say you worship God, but you have war with each other. You kill each other. What kind of a religion you have? Our religion means everybody is one. There's no reason to fight. We have to love and respect each other. That's all. And he was able to say that so nicely that he put Hinduism on the map of the world by this one talk. Everybody was saying, yeah, but the Hindus, yeah, the Hindus, they say the real thing. The other thing is just nonsense. So that's, of course, because of that, Vivekananda is in India so respected. Because he put Hinduism on the back of, on the first platform of the world, because Hinduism had been minimized by British colonialism. British colonialism, they had spoken bad about India everywhere. The Indians, some brutes, some primitives, we are giving them trains, we are giving them everything, now they are our slaves. You know that in the Second World War, the British people, they took many people from India to fight the war for them. They put Indian people to fight on behalf of Britain. Terrible. So, but all around the world, they made everything possible for the people to think that India is not a high platform of culture. Big offense. So, because Vivekananda, he said, no, look, our philosophy is better than all your nonsense. So, he really deserves that credit. And then he came back to India and he brought Sister Nivedita. Sister Nivedita was one American woman. She met Vivekananda. She liked his philosophy. She moved to Calcutta. She joined his mission there. And she did some, actually, Sister Nivedita, she became part of the revolutionary movement of Calcutta against casteism. But that nobody knows. That's a separate issue. Okay, good. But what did Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada do? He didn't bring one person to India. He brought India all over the world, made temples, and brought people, offer obeisances, make dandavats, read Gita, chant slokas. Sarvasya chahangride sanivishtu matasmite jnanam aponam cha vedaischa sarvair ahang eva vedyo vedanta krit veda vid eva chaham. Prabhupada had people memorize the Gita, the Ishopanishad, and so many. And then when they came, even from Britain, he had a big temple. He has a big temple in London. Then the British people come here to make dandavats in Vrindavan that the Indians never seen. So Vivekananda didn't bring one person to make dandavats here. But Prabhupada brought thousands and thousands, and he injected Sanatana Dharma into the consciousness of the world. So at least we should recognize that Prabhupada is the greatest hero of Sanatana Dharma around the world. And if you ask him, he would say, no, I'm nothing. My guru sent me. Like you know how the devotees are. They will never accept the credit, no? But for not giving him credit, it's our discredit. If we don't give credit, credit is due. That is a discredit of those who are not giving credit. And I see that in India. Have you ever heard of a Bhaktivedanta airport? Or Bhaktivedanta Square? Or Bhaktivedanta Hall? No. They have not given recognition to Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. For whatever jealousy or their reason, they have not given to their greatest ambassador. There's no official recognition. He's not even in the school books. Even to our children in the schools, they're not teaching about who was the greatest ambassador in history. Subhash Chandra Bose is in the school books because he killed a few Britishers. But Bhaktivedanta Swami killed the false ego, the ahankara, and he made them give dandavats and become Hindus, become Sanatana Dharma followers. I mean, to kill people is not a big thing. You just shoot something and they're dead. So that is the history, the real history. So Devahuti, she's beyond all this illusion. She's just, we are all souls. She's absorbed doing everything for Krishna. Only Krishna. This is our supreme goal, our supreme duty, because we are part of his. You see, you are part of Sanatana Dharma. Now you come from Italy or you come from Chile. No, you're not from Chile. Chile is illusion. You're part of Krishna. You're part of Sanatana Dharma. That is your eternal identity beyond being born in Chile or in Italy. That's being born in Chile or Germany. That's kind of a secondary thing. Just like you're wearing Adidas. That doesn't make you Adidas. The cloth is not our identity. The skin is not our identity. The schooling we got in school is not our identity. This is all a bunch of illusions. Our identity is Jivera Swarupaya Haya Nityera Krishna Das. Not Adidas. Adidas. No, Adidas is Sanskrit. Adi Purusha, Adidas, the original servant of Purusha, that is the devotee. So, by chance, no? So, we are eternal servants of Krishna. That is our identity. Because Krishna has created us, Krishna is feeding us, Krishna is waiting for us, Krishna satisfies our desires. If you want to come back here, or you want next lifetime, you want to be born in Hollywood? Billionaire in Hollywood? No good idea? Okay. Maybe you not, maybe, but maybe you want to go to Hollywood? Also not. No. Well, maybe what about becoming an elephant? You want to become an elephant? Sanatan? Nice big elephant? Huh? No, you want to take birth as an elephant? No. But there's so many elephants. They're very nice, the elephants. But you don't want to become an elephant. And surely you don't want to become an elephant owned by a human being. Because they tie you up with metal on your foot and you cannot walk anymore. Huh? There's no fun to be an elephant when somebody thinks he owns you. So in this way, yes, Krishna can provide all the things. He can give you anything you want. But in the material world. But if you want to have Krishna himself, if your only wish is to be with Krishna, then he can also give this to you. But this is Sierra Porta Cosina. But this is something you will only get Krishna if you start serving his devotee. Only way. Krishna will take notice of you when you serve his devotee. When you're connecting with his divine plan. What is the divine plan? You should find out from your guru. The guru tells you what's the divine plan. Because otherwise, you may not be able to figure it out. I have not figured it out. I mean, I met my guru. He sent me to many countries, Scandinavia, then England, finally South America. Really, I went there just because he told me. I had no other business to go there. For my own, I had no business. But he had a plan there. I did the plan as much as I could. Now he sent me to India to clean and to fix temples if they are broken, or whatever we can do, or to tell people about what I learned from Prabhupada when they come here for the Bhagavatam class. That's what I'm doing in my last years in this world. So, if you do what Krishna wants, then you will become Krishnas. And we want to become Krishnas. We want to go back to home, back to Krishna. That is the highest destination. There's no better destination. It's beyond material identification. We have to become free of tamaguna, rajaguna, and sattvaguna. Very difficult. Almost impossible. Almost impossible. Especially to get rid of sattvaguna. To get rid of tamaguna, not so difficult. First thing, stop eating meat. 100% vegetarian. Are you ready? Okay. 1 tama control less. Now, will you stop taking intoxication so that you can have pure, clear meditation? Are you ready? No more smoking? Nothing of all this nonsense? Okay. Less tamaguna. Now becomes more difficult. Are you ready to not make money only for yourself, but make money for Krishna? Yes, are you ready? That means little less Raja. Because Raja Guna means I, me, mine, no? All circling around myself. Then the next, it goes like this. It's like from Tamaguna to Vishuddha Sattva. There's so many tests you have to pass. So many questions. Are you ready to get up more in the morning for Mangal Arti? What time? What time is Mangal Arti? 5 o'clock. What? Can we have a Mangal Arti at 9? At 9? At 8? At 7? Hey, every farmer in the world gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be able to grow his fields and everything. You can't be a farmer getting up at 9 o'clock. Right? So if any farmer gets up early, then why the devotee for God should not get up early? Early to rise, early to bed, early to rise, makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Early to bed and early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Have you heard that? So, so are you ready to get up in the morning and serve others? Are you ready to say, I am yours, my Lord? How do you know that I'm yours? In India, how do you know that I'm yours? You put tilak. Om Keshavaya Namaha. I'm yours, my Lord. I mean, that's external, it's symbolic, but it's tilak. It means something. I belong to you, my Lord. Then you chant your mantras. Then you study your scripture. Then you make puja to your Thakurji. Then you prepare your food. And when you prepare your food, who do you prepare the food for? For Krishna. And when the food comes from the altar, you see who is hungry. Let me give. The householder in Vedic time, he would first go to the door, open the door. Is anybody hungry here? The prasadam just came. Then if somebody comes, he will feed him first before he eats himself. That was Vedic culture. Right or not? Maya. Right? That was Vedic culture. You heard that when you were a child? First give to the guest or somebody starving, and then you take. That is Sanatan Dharma. That's why I'm sitting here, because of that Sanatan Dharma. Not cook, lock the door, nobody can see, and only you eat. No. Here we learn Bandara. Bandara Premana. Give out love. Premadama Deva Meva Naumi Gaura Sundaram. Giving out love to everybody. that is the thing. So back to the verse we are reading. Devahuti, she was so absorbed in Krishna, she was no Tamaguna, no Rajaguna, no Sattvaguna, only Krishna Sevaguna, which is Nirguna, or which is also Vishuddha Sattva, the consciousness of Vishuddha Sattva. So that's what we promoting for Krishna. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you all understand what this is all about and why we are here. And if you go away from Vrindavan, then take Vrindavan with you in your heart. Otherwise, you lost the chance of being touched by Sri Vrindavan. Maya, Radhe Radhe, are you coming with me to look at the Nishinga temple? Yes? Right now? All right. So you have looked at it?
I looked, you brought the frame of Nishinga temple on your chanting day at the Ras Mandal.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, no. That person who came on the day of the Ras Mandal, he is one of the 3 Brahmins of this temple. And this temple, it just needs a little bit. I don't know how much money it needs. You have better experience. But if you look at it, it's such a jewel. This deity in the middle of Vrindavan, I mean, is. Yes. After prasadam or before? Now we take breakfast and then we go?
Yeah.
All right. You also stay for breakfast?
Yeah. My proofread.
I can tell.
He is a software engineer, a devotee from Vrindavan. He stays in Vrindavan.
Acha.
Rati Bhavan. He does.
Oh, you stayed Rati Bhavan?
He does 8 hours of satsang by attending lecture, and doing japa, and attending katha, and then giving 8 hours to Rati Bhavan as seva.
Acha. So you're turning Rati Bhavan into a temple?
No, we are giving. We have temple devotees stay.
Very good. Very good. Okay, open the. We sing a song, take Prasad and go to Nishingadev. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. What's your name?
Shubham.
Shubham.